Breaking news, this just in. The Florida gossip queen is at it again. She's down in Miami causing a scene, flashing the cash and looking so mean. We got the details, the photos, the scoop.
OTTER CREEK, Florida, and the SHADY'ER bunch uncensored Mark VanLoffelt. Lips/Fleasa. Come on gals, let's see those pics you say JH is flashing around online. Marla, you really think Lips is built like people would want? Old cars have less body filler than Lips has. George is real while Lips is plastic.
At DonB85 VIP, what sexual stuff has he showed? Only thing I seen was something about having sex with him. I probably missed some stuff, haven't been feeling good lately. At GrumpyOL Lady I7J at DonB85 I have not seen anything either, and I hate to admit but I watch HRS daily of every side. At Marlie Huge FLVIPJH told Martha her body is deformed, and then to meet with someone built like Leslie has to be a hard slap to Martha's face.
Lori and oh Marla, you're old news. Lips is insane and fake. That's not what a real man wants. Mark VanLoffelt, Lori and beauty comes from inside, and Lips hasn't learned that as she is reaching 50. Lindy Van Riel, Mark VanLoffelt. Yes, I know a lot of beautiful people who don't meet the body beauty criteria the world has created, but Imo Lips is hideous from the inside and outside. When you're going on 50, don't try to look like a 20-year-old girl. Most people that don't accept the natural aging process are just insecure about themselves. To all of you lovely people out there, don't let age get in the way of your inner beauty. You are so much more than just your appearance. Just take care of yourself and enjoy life. Yellow Heart Hibiscus.
Mark VanLoffelt. Lindy Van Riel, very well said.
Lindy Van Riel, Lori, and I think, hope, you meant Marla Hughes because Martha George the first. No, it gets confusing with all the Nick names. Lori and Lindy Van Riel, I have the crude, and didn't notice that it changed. Fixed it, thanks.
Buffed old man, Marla May Karen Hughes. That statement alone is enough to get you convicted of defamation. I know you lurk here. Read this post carefully. You have nothing. No life, no information, no class, no mobility, no fishing hole. You have nothing. I pity you. Mark VanLoffelt. Buffed old man, she's a friggin' Karen? Now I get where she's coming from.
Patty Hummel Reed, how would Marla know what JH says? He loves every inch of George. It's very obvious. Frederick Hage, thing Marla stupid bitch. Dalma Schwalger Harris. Marla mustn't think much of herself. Melissa Plose Lemmerman, Marla thinks she knows what JH says. This Marla needs a hug G jacket and muzzle too. Lisa Farr, and then there are people who are ugly inside and out. J and G have fun, like banter. Flaws become the butt of the joke. Happy in their own skin, I have many flaws, I don't flaunt them. I make the best of what I was given. If any of them are not ridiculed in some way throughout the day, there would be very little to laugh at, apart from stupid, evil, time-wasting grifters. Grinning face with big eyes. Deborah Nielsen, just love the way Marla knows everything. Old Biddy has not left her camper in years. So how does she know anything? Lisa Farr, Deborah Nielsen, they are all spinning old crap, all of them at once, BS, drivel, and most of it nonsensical, a distraction. Much time has passed. Her and the rest of the nasties have kept up a fantasy for so long, seeing very little of the real world. That helps with the denial, the fact they all took part in a grift that not only exploited adults. The big lie was based around a child. Her living conditions deteriorated, reduced to living in a shed. Deborah Nielsen, Lisa Farr, it is terribly sad CPS refused to help that child.
Mark VanLoffelt. Lisa Farr, you're right. They drive the narrative, not us. We just follow and post crap like the clips I do. All the old stuff keeps coming back as new to them. The one thing they never talk about the child unless we bring it up. 6 years old and not potty trained. Not attending school, rarely socializes with other kids, and Lisa Farr, like you said, the living conditions. If they put in half as much effort, the child would have had a home, schooling, and even friends.
Teresa Greer, poor Marla LOL, she just don't know shit LOL. Kathy Bird Hodson, Marlie, you and your buddy, Guano, are disgusting. First, Guano says George faked her cancer. Then he shows screenshots of texts saying they are from Jeremy to George, say she is disgusting and her body is deformed. Which is it? How is her body deformed if they faked her cancer? See, if you're going to lie, you have to make sense. Oh, what a tangled web we weave, when first we practice to deceive, Sir Walter Scott. Lori Jones, so now Marla knows what their private chats are about? LOL, but she supports a PDF and an abuser of a child. Mentally and physically. She is on the wrong side. She's sick. Sandy Hart, Marlie Huge, you are so full of shit. What an old hag. Asha the cat lady. Where the hell does Marla come up with these insane statements she makes on topics she definitely has zero knowledge about? I know she's a liar and a terrible person, but imagine devising these repulsive comments, and she has all the time in the world to come up with terrible spin on breaking news in the cases. She's not exactly a cheerleader for Fleasa, Lynette, Crook, or anyone else in the ecosystem, because they've all rejected her. So here's this morbidly obese. I think she'd probably need to have firefighters tear down walls to get her out of the house type of morbidly obese lady who no one wants to be associated with. Yet, she continues on no matter what happens or how bad it is going for the ecosystem already. Do you guys think she just sits around all day thinking of possible responses to whatever the breaking news is? Like, when Lips turned over every single file, for example, did Marla sit there and think about what kind of spin she can put in her comments to explain why the ecosystem that despises Marla keep failing? I'm so curious about her background. Why is she so messed up and willing to potentially open herself to liability in a future lawsuit to protect these vile people? I know that she's upset because she can't go to the fishing hole anymore since it's on Jeremy's property. I bet she never considered that Jeremy is pretty damn generous with people, and had she approached him early on and explained that situation, maybe he could have thought of a way to allow her to continue fishing there. But instead, she's kissing the ecosystem's butts while spewing hatred. Generally speaking, I usually believe that almost every person, except for the worst of the worst, has at least one good quality about them, and that's why Marla is so confusing to me. It's one thing to express your disgust or hatred of someone, but she makes the most transparent, disgusting comments that anyone with common sense would know are blatant and malicious lies. What's in it for Marla? How does she benefit from protecting these stupid and disgusting people's actions?
Mark VanLoffelt, Asha the cat lady Marla, and I have had a bunch of back and forth. Many weren't bad. But yes, you will not be able to change her mind. You can post the laws/rules/evidence, and it will be sidestepped or ignored. Could it be weight, health, age, loneliness, or just a person needing drama or attention? I told Marla well before the Fed1 case started to get out it. Chat but not about the issues and talk to JH, we can see where that went. We all got on the bandwagon and picked sides. It started with a child and ended up with what we have now.
Kim Bars, hey Marlie. Can I have a timestamp in what video that was in? Because I don't remember him saying. In fact, he in love with George. Lorraine Hunt, wow. So, now Marla is hearing voices too? Because Jeremy never said anything about George's body being deformed. He's talked about her medical issues but not even close. He talks about how much he loves everything about George. And apparently Marla also has a thing for Lips Kissmark and wants her body, so she thinks everyone else wants it. She forgets that not everyone is as shallow as she is.
Jamie Barron, Marlie Huge at OTTER CREEK YouTube. A woman who constantly lies on YouTube. Jamie Barron, all about Marla.
We have breaking news from Miami, where Marla Huge was spotted looking distraught outside her mansion. Sources say she was visibly upset.